there, guys. Got this lovely 2016 Kia with the seat pushed all the way to the front. Customer complaint is no power. I scanned all the modules. Let's go back. We only have fault codes in the SRS. Let's see what the event is. It's kind of interesting on a 2016. You got airbag codes. Read fault codes. Occupant classification defect. Pretty sure that's a seat. We're just gonna hope it's a seat. Wouldn't that be funny if an airbag code caused a low power complaint? I'm sure it has happened. If door handles can cause a no start, airbags can cause low power. These all the same. Guess that's occupant. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not even gonna guess. That's that history code. So we're just gonna go underneath this engine. Gonna bring up some data PIDs. Let's see, I wonder if it'll give me like history in here or something. Nope. Let's get a read data stream. Oh, I should have probably went in a global. I don't know Kia's PIDs. I don't get too many of these in. We'll look anyway. Look at Barrow. Bring up our battery voltage. Let's see. We have engine coolant temp. Engine oil temperature. Okay, just keep going down the list. Maybe we'll find it. Or maybe I missed it because I'm blind. So bring up these fuel. Let's see. If I don't have a load PID, okay guys, I'm going to stop it here. I'm just going to go into global. Actually, wait, maybe I'll just leave this on. We'll just go into global. See how fast it loads. Hopefully it's pretty quick. Oh, look at that. First one. Let's see, read data stream. Absolute load. To absolute throttle position. Ambient temperature barrel calculated. I guess we can bring that up. Let's see, engine temperature, RPM, closing ratio. Just make sure that we're in closed loop. I'm just gonna pick a whole bunch of stuff. This way we got current. Oh, is there a... Okay. We'll do that. We'll see what we missed. Okay, so I'm going to take this for a ride. Wonder if it's really 48 degrees outside. I don't think it's that cold. But I don't know if that would be enough to make it have low power. Oh, look at that. We're almost at 1.0. So, it's not broken. Long term. Let's see. Short term. So they're all good. So I'm going to take this for a ride, and I'll let you know if I find anything funky. Okay guys, I was able to duplicate the customer's complaint. Wait till you see this. I'm not even going to show you guys the graph right now. We'll just look at the speedometer and RPM gauge, because this thing, you'll see. Here we go. We'll go wide open throttle right now. That's wide open. We're on the highway. It doesn't go anywhere. Oh, and there it goes. It starts misfiring. Kind of wonder if this has a restricted exhaust. Yeah, it didn't show the misfire first when I left, because I got on it right after that construction. Let's see if we can get back to the shop. Not even shifting, like we're in like a high, like I'm not even on the gas there, and it's just staying at 3,000 RPMs. So let's see, we got a little bit of a hill right here. Let's see if we can get our throttle position up. 83 is our max throttle position. Engine load's 107%. I think these are turbocharged. I don't remember if these are turbocharged or not. I think 14.5 for Barrow is good. We're almost at sea level here. We're like 200 feet above. Let's see, how high does our calculated load go? I gotta watch I don't die, because traffic comes towards you when you pull out here. So our load goes up to 100%. I have a good feeling that we're dealing with like a restricted exhaust here. Let's look, see if we can look at any of our other data bits while they're still up. So RPM. Equivalency ratio. Look how bad that was jumping all over the place. Even our fuel rail pressure went down. Like dipped and then shot back up. Manifold pressure went up to 15 psi. You weren't commanding any more fuel. Relative throttle position was at like what, 80-some% or so? I'm gonna pop the hood real quick, guys, and look at some stuff, and then I'll come back. So guys, for some reason I thought that these were turbocharged, but they're not. But I did notice something. If I hold the RPMs up, just real quick, doing a test. you hold the RPMs up like this, watch underneath the car, and then when I let go, you see the whole exhaust. So it makes this like weird popping noise too back through the exhaust when you do that sometimes. It was doing it right before I showed you guys. There it goes. So I'm gonna get my transducer out because I'm pretty sure we have a restricted exhaust. And we'll look at the end cylinder. Let me shut this off. So guys, I got my pressure transducer in cylinder 1, and we're going to look at our in-cylinder waveform. Go ahead and start it. So there's idle, guys. Let's see if we can get out a little bit. There's idle. Go ahead and snap the throttle. So here you go, guys. You saw 20 psi of back pressure. So guys, here's the capture from the car. We can zoom out here a little bit. So you can see how at idle, we'll zoom in a little bit here. Go down a little bit before we rev the engine. So bring up our cursors. Before we snap the throttle, we're seeing negative 2.5 psi on the exhaust stroke. You can see it down here in the corner. It says cursor 1. Move cursor 2 there too. So we're almost at 0. And then when we snap the throttle, oops. Let's see what we go up to. So here's our highest one. Well, look at that. We're seeing 15 psi. Oh, there's 20 ps. Wait, we're too far over. Yeah, so we're seeing 16 or 17 psi right there. Let's look at this other one. There you go. That one's 19 psi. It's way too much. It's definitely a restricted exhaust. So I'm going to go back to the car. We're going to pull out an oxygen sensor, and we'll see if the pressure drops.
Start it or just
yeah,
try?
Go ahead. So guys, we've got the oxygen sensor removed. So guys, we have the oxygen sensor removed. Now we'll check our back pressure again. So guys, here's the capture of our test we just did with the oxygen sensor out, and you can see right here when it's revved, we're still building back pressure. Let's see, let's get on some, we'll go in on this one, zoom in more. So on these two, look at that, we got 22 psi and 18 psi. So it's still not good. So I'm going to do the same test again, but this time we're going to do it at the oxygen sensor. I put my compression gauge in the spark plug hole right there, connected to the pressure transducer. I got cylinder 1 back in, and we're going to do this test again with it running at the oxygen sensor hole. Go ahead. Oh, we need to change our scaling. We don't need 100 psi anymore. Okay, go ahead. Hold it at 3,000. Yeah, look at that. That's way too much. We're at 2.5 to 3. Yeah, we're at 3 right now. Okay. So guys, we came down here and we cut the exhaust off right here where the cat goes, because it's probably the cat that's clogged, and we're just going to confirm that when we start this up. Okay, so guys, we got the cat cut off. I'm going to try this test again. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead and rev it up to 3,000. Alright, so we're still seeing pressure. Okay. So now we can unbolt the cat and confirm that it's the cat. Here's the inside of the cat. You can see it's all damaged and partially clogged. What's the other side look like? The other side doesn't look that bad. But yeah, this side's definitely damaged. Okay guys, so now we're going to do it with the cat completely removed. Oh, we gotta re-zero these. And we're going to start it up and see what happens. Go ahead, start it up. Okay, hold it at 3,000. Okay guys, so now we're going to do in cylinder again with the cat removed. Go ahead. So guys, here's the capture that we just took with no exhaust, and you can see here before we rev it, let's see, our back pressure, let's see what our back pressure is, cursors show. Our back pressure here, or like what? It says -6 psi. I don't look at the numbers too much. Actually, wait, that might not be -6. Let's see the higher points. So we're at -4. And then we'll come down here where we rev it. Zoom back out. Get ourselves where we rev it. Here we go, here's a rev. We'll get 2 of them at the highest point. And we have 0. See, at 0 psi. So, our restriction is the cat. I usually don't make a video like this breaking it all down, but you never know if a muffler or something's your restriction. So we're going to get a new cat on here, and we'll put some new plugs in because the plugs are pretty bad, and we'll repeat our tests. So guys, we got a new cat on the car, got the oxygen sensors back in. We're going to redo our test in cylinder and see what our exhaust back pressure is. Okay guys, so we got our pressure transducer back in. We are zeroed with our 100 and 250 psi scales. Let's go down here. Okay, go ahead and start it. Save an idle real quick. Oops. And we'll do a rev. Okay, go ahead and rev it. Okay, so we're going to go look at this and we'll see what the difference is. So guys, here's our new capture. And we'll zoom in and we'll look at this. Let's bring our cursors up. What our highest point is here. This is at idle. So we're seeing -2 psi right there at the highest point. So we'll go down to where we rev. Looks like it goes up just a little bit. Out just a little bit. So we'll get 2 of these here. And we're seeing 10 psi. So guys, here's that capture again. I think what happened was, if I zoom all the way out here, this is when the car was revved. See, right here is where it was revved. Because here there's no back pressure. Actually, right here is a better spot to look. Here's no back pressure. The back pressure only starts here at this last hump. We can zoom in and we can show that. Let's see. Move this over to the highest point. We'll zoom in, go here, you can look at both of these. Well, that one's lined up. We'll move this one over here. That looks like the highest point there, and you're seeing -3.6 psi in the exhaust. So now if we zoom back out, we'll move this over here, we'll check it here on the downward spot. See what our pressure is here. Pressure here still negative. And we'll go down here where we got this other spot. And here's where it gets all funky. So I think this is the variable valve timing. Change this. See, now we got 10 and 11. Pretty much 11 on both of them, PSI. And you can see our waveform changed. Let's move over. We can see Yeah, there you go. Right here's the transition. So we go from, well, there's 4.3, and here's 5.4. Over there's 1.8, and there's pretty much 0. So there's the transition. So guys, while this is in here, we'll be doing the valve cover gasket because it was leaking in the spark plug holes there, because the coil packs were kind of wet. See, I'm sitting right here, and here's the spark plug that we took out. It was all black, filled up with carbon. So we got new plugs. We get all these in, and then we'll take the car for a test drive. So guys, I got the Kia back together. I think I showed you guys the play in the timing chain. So I'm going to tell the customer they need to get their timing chain replaced soon. Couldn't do the valve cover gasket. Took it all apart, found out that they sent me the wrong gasket. So they sent me one for a 1.6 instead of a 2 liter. And then I called all around, even the dealerships. Nobody has one. They say it's all back ordered, all the valve cover gaskets, and nobody sells timing chain kits either, not even a dealer. They're like, oh, we can't get one. It'll probably be months. I'm like, great. So it's kind of crappy. But I'm gonna take this out, see if this fixes the drivability issue. See if we can got like our absolute load values and stuff up here. Let's set this up here. Hopefully it'll stay. I don't think we're gonna stay. See if it'll stay there. In case somehow you guys forgot in the last couple minutes, but we did do a new cat because we found that restricted, and we learned how the variable valve timing can make it look like you have a restricted exhaust. You don't look at the whole waveform. Oh, let's see. Big difference, guys. Big difference. Let's see, what did we hit there? I think we hit around 80. That wasn't wide open throttle because we had construction. I don't know why it takes them so long to put up a telephone pole. That's all they've been doing. Past 2 days, right here. Well, what do they got? 2 telephone poles. So I don't know. Maybe they're doing something fancy. Here we go. There's a huge difference here, guys. This thing no longer feels like a snail. I wish we could get the load up higher. I wonder if we could cycle through this at all. Calculated load went up to like, it might have been 100% calculated load. Calculated load 0 to 100% based on the manufacturer's specifications for the engine. And you should be able to hit 100%, or at least like 99%. Now, absolute load is 0 to 400%. I could have that backwards, but I'm pretty sure that's the way it goes. It's usually pretty easy to find out. So we see that engine fluid temperature, RPM. Can't even read the equivalency ratio in a graph form. We went up to like what, 2300? Staying in closed loop. So Everything's looking good so far. So I'm gonna keep driving this, see if I can set the readiness monitors, and I'll come back to you guys. So guys, this car's been running great. I want to see if we can get this calculated load and absolute load pit up pretty high. So we're gonna go over to calculated load. Probably gotta wait till traffic goes. I guess we're going. For some reason I hit a ton of traffic, and I never hit traffic on test drives really, unless there's an accident. And like a lot of these people don't want people to go even though there's a red light behind me. So let's see if we can get this to go up. There we go, we hit what was it, like 98, 99? So it's breathing again. So I'm just going to keep driving around until I get these monitors to set. And let you guys know if anything happens by the time I return back to the shop. Usually just drive around with cruise control set at like 55 miles an hour for a while. So guys, made it back to the shop with the Kia. All the monitors set, but I think heated oxygen sensor. Let's see. It's hard to read readiness monitors on here because they jump around, because it'll say like not supported, ready, see, like that. It's the only thing that I hate about this tool. But when I scrolled over here, it said heated oxygen sensor, not ready, and then it goes not supported. But when it does that, you gotta look to see what it says, if it says ready or not ready. See, because like the oxygen sensor monitor goes ready, then not supported. It's really annoying, but it's a heated oxygen sensor that hasn't set. I tried looking it up on Kia's site to see when it sets. It doesn't tell me, so I'm just gonna let the car sit here. Like, I'm gonna shut it off like 10 minutes or so, and we'll see if that ends up setting. But we have no codes. Let's see, read fault codes. Oh wait, now it shows codes? Wait, that says permanent. I didn't feel any misfires driving. Let's exit out of here, because I wonder if, being a 2016, if that's just in the history. Let's go under Kia. Because as you can see, our light's not on. Never flashed. Let's see, system selection, ECU. See, no codes. You gotta watch yourself. I don't think my Altel or my Snap-on does that. I think when I go into Snap-on, like, you actually have to go to, like, what is it? Mode 9 or something like that to see that. I don't remember. But yeah, it's just something that could catch you off guard if you don't know your tool. But like I said, I'm going to shut this off and I'll see if this sets. So guys, I wanted to go over this with you guys because I didn't realize in the beginning that this could have been a problem with this car. But I learned in one of my classes a while ago, well, it was mentioned that variable valve timing car can have back pressure, and I think they said the highest that they've seen was like 10 psi on a normal working car. So I think you're normally supposed to unplug the variable valve timing solenoids. I'm not 100% sure, but nobody had a known good capture on this car. I tried making a screen recording of this, but since Snap-on renames their screens like every time you zoom, it'll change the name of the screen to zoom. It screws up the screen recording. So here is this is the original capture with the restricted cat. This is the one with the new cat. This is the full exhaust. So if we zoom in on these, actually this is going to be a little difficult because they hide the zoom. Snap on hides the zoom when you shrink the window down. So let's zoom it. Hang on, let's go out a little bit. We'll go. Actually, we'll just go to the highest exhaust. So here's the highest. We'll pick two of these. We'll look at the pressures. So right here we have 11 psi, 11.4, and here's 10.8. So we'll look at the restricted exhaust at the highest. It's right here. We'll zoom in. Let's bring our cursors over. So that looks about to be the highest right there. Move the other one to the next one. So we have 18 psi of back pressure right there at 14.7. Now these are similar spots when you snap it. So we dropped almost half our back pressure. So now if we zoom back out, actually we only have to zoom back out. If we just move it over here to right before the variable valve timing kicked in, see, because you can see the exhaust move to where it starts getting pointy. And if we do the same thing on this side, which is pretty much right here, you'll see over here we had 6.7 psi and 9. We can even move over one more. Yeah, so right there we have almost 6 psi on the exhaust over here. And over here, we'll drag this over a little bit, and you'll see we have 0.7 and 1.9. I think if we move over more, it'll probably be 0. Yeah, we have negative 0.5 psi and 0. So now if we zoom out, you can see on the rev where we're actually at. So there you go, you can see we were already coming down off of peak pressure during the rev. If we come over to this side, oops, we should go back in. Move this over, because this is what centers us. Let's see, zoom out. There you go, so you can see where we're at on the rev. That's why I do this, two separate samples of the same pressure transducer, so that you can see the whole waveform. So we were pretty much measuring at like a similar spot on the revs. We can even go way up here if you guys want and sample it here when we were at like idle. Zoom in. Oh, and you can see the wave, the towers look perfect here. Once that variable valve timing kicks in, the towers start leaning. What do we have there? We have -4 and -3.6 psi right there. We'll look at these. Just come over here and pick one. So these are negative 1.9 and, well, about negative 2 psi. So we dropped. We dropped more in the vacuum with the new cat. Yeah, our vacuum doubled in the exhaust. And I leave that to believe that's from scavenging. So I hope you guys like this. If something's wrong, let me know. But we proved it was the cat. Proved it was clogged. Hope you guys like this. See you later.